What's going on, YouTube? This is Acadius, and I'm finally back after a fierce battle with my own gaming addiction that kicked into overdrive shortly after installing Helldivers 2. In a previous video, I had predicted that Helldivers 2 would be an amazing game and definitely worth the money, and I am happy to report that I was absolutely correct. That puts the score at me 1 and future 0. But we aren't here to talk about spreading liberty and democracy in Helldivers 2. We are here to talk about Pacific Drive and the fact that this game is also going to be a great game and well worth your precious time and money. So, let us begin by watching the trailer together.
Someone out there? They're from outside? They're a preacher?
So, another breacher, huh? How do you outsiders not understand that Arda didn't build that 300-meter wall out there for fun? We have to find you a way out.
30,000 feet above New York.
I wish I could tell you what I saw. I wish I could put it into words. But most of all, I wish I could forget.
Could it be? A remnant?
It can't be. There hasn't been one in decades. When we're all dead and gone, and limb technology but a footnote in the history books, the anomalies will remain. They're the legacy of our work here, and the Olympic Peninsula belongs to them now. Look around. We're stuck here. For good.
The remnants are like us in a way. Those of us who chose to stay behind, we are as discarded and forgotten as they are.
You and the car are inseparable now, so get acquainted.
Something special's going on beneath that hood.
Pacific Drive is the type of fresh and interesting game that I've been waiting for. It's scratching an itch that I've known that I've had for a long time, but I just didn't know what kind of game I needed to play to scratch it. And it has been quite a long time since I have come across a game as unique and interesting as this, and there is no way that I won't be playing this game on day one. In Pacific Drive, you play as an unnamed breacher, which is what people refer to anyone who is able to break into the exclusion zone. From the demo I played that is currently available on Steam, by the way, it seems that your character will be the classic silent hero type, which I find very refreshing. I am so tired of main characters constantly being little chatterboxes. Just like Hollywood removing the helmet from Master Chief, we don't always need to see the hero's face, and we don't always need to hear the hero speak. Just like with Hardcore Henry, how much do you want to bet that Hollywood has a general disdain for Hardcore Henry, which was a great movie. If you've never heard of it, if you've never seen it, you should definitely go watch Hardcore Henry. You never see the protagonist, you never hear them speak, it's a silent hero, and the movie is amazing. Anyways, inside the zone there are a lot of crazy things going on. Terrain can change at a moment's notice, and there are these things called remnants which manifest as different types of objects that latch onto breachers, and in your case, this is your car. According to the dialogue, your character should become more and more driven to protect and maintain your car over time, and in my opinion, this translates to a very interesting gameplay loop where your car turns into a vehicle for the story itself. It's as if the developers were brainstorming in a room and someone just said, if we are trying to come up with a method for storytelling, why don't we just make it an actual vehicle? Genius! In the game, you will be able to interact with different parts of your car like the ignition switch, the gear shifter, as well as the headlights and the windshield wipers. Now, in the demo, they had me drive through a tunnel for the headlights and a light rain for the wipers, but I didn't actually need them. The tunnel was not so dark that lights were necessary, and the rain did not obscure my vision so that I was unable to drive. So I'm not sure if they included those features just to add realism, or if we will actually need them in the full game, maybe in later levels where the difficulty is much higher. If what is portrayed in the trailer is taken at face value, then that should prove to be true. Also, you will be able to maintain your vehicle while out on the road, and you will visit a garage after each mission for a much needed breather. Visiting the garage will give you all the time you need to relax while you repair your vehicle and plan for the next leg of your journey. Over time, you will also upgrade your shop, which will grant you more customization options for your car and the shop itself. And as far as the other characters go and how they regard you in their dialogue, for once, you aren't the hero. For once, you're just a random person that found themselves at the wrong place at the wrong time, driving around in a busted up hoopty of a vehicle that has to make do in the circumstances they find themselves in. Like I said, this game really is a refreshing bit of storytelling. But with all that being said, it isn't like this game didn't have its own small bit of jank. I did run into a bit of strange collision on my third play of the demo, but it wasn't frustrating to deal with. It was hilarious. But that's actually the only thing that I found other than a gas pump nozzle duplicated itself somehow, which had absolutely no effect on the game itself. You could still use the pump.
Mid-zone sector B. Do you read me? I'm picking up your distress signal in the outer zone. It looks like you're somewhere around sector E. Hey, Francis, come here. Yes, it's urgent. Leave that interferometer alone for a second. Something is out there. Hey, we got a live one. Hey, do you copy? Hello? Hello? Is this thing working?
But that was my own experiences when I played the demo for Pacific Drive, and I highly encourage anyone out there who has been sorely wanting a good and unique single-player experience that has a bit of old-school storytelling techniques to it to try out this game. I seriously doubt that this game is going to disappoint you, and I truly believe that after I have beaten this game, that I will be able to look back on my time playing Pacific Drive and be glad about the time I spent playing it, which is the complete opposite of how I feel about the so-called quadruple A game Skull and Bones. So, let me know how you feel about Pacific Drive. Have you played the demo? If you are even slightly considering playing the game, then get the demo. Also, is anyone going to waste their time and money on Skull and Bones? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. One last thought I'd like to leave with you though before we go is how many companies out there nowadays are really putting out a demo of their game ahead of time? I'm a big advocate of using demos. You know, it reminds me of the old school days when you would buy a magazine just so that you could get the disc that comes with the magazine so you could play the demos for games that were coming out ahead of time and know if you wanted to buy them. You know, these big game companies nowadays don't do that anymore, and that's probably because they keep putting out garbage and they know it, and they don't want you to know it ahead of time because they want that money. And this company is doing it. So I think that says something very positive for this company, and you should definitely support that practice.